Check, check.
Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
You can hear us? You can hear me now?
I think we're live, Bruce.
We're live?
Welcome to the Sioux City Art Center and a week of pure imagination. Bruce, I've missed you.
We have been away from this place for so long, and it was Jenna's birthday this week.
Ah, thanks.
22? Was
Yes,
it 22?
finally.
It was
Finally
22. And it's so great because we're kicking off a big week of things that are happening here at the Art Center.
And it's so great to be, back in just this staple of our downtown, this beautiful rotundra, I guess I would call it.
And we need the arts. We really do. If you've been like me, it's been a tough year. And the arts give us life. It brings us into the community. It's a lot of fun stuff. So there are a lot of cool things going on.
And we want to make sure that wonderful pieces of the community, like the Art Center, are here for years and decades and centuries to come. And that's why we're so glad that you're here supporting the Sioux City Art Center and the arts in our community.
We've got a lot of fun things to tell you about in a very quick amount of time, so stick with us.
And we'd like to introduce you to a very special man of the hour, or the half hour as it may be.
Half hour.
Todd Behrens, the director of the Sioux City Art Center. Todd, it's so great to be here. Thank you for having us be part of this amazing week.
We are so happy to have you here. We know it's important because Jenna and Bruce are leading this event, guiding us through pure imagination. It has been a long time since we've had a reason to be positive and to look forward to bringing people into the Art Center, and now's that time. So I'm going to step back and let you walk us through.
All right. Well, this week is going to be all about the senses.
It's a sensory experience.
That's right. And one of the most important senses, I would say, Bruce, would be taste. And we have someone very special to talk about what our friends at home, hopefully you are enjoying as you enjoy this virtual event. The food is not virtual. So I'm going to step out of the way so you can talk to the mastermind behind this sensory experience.
Please welcome Katie Sullivan from Sodexo. She's the manager of catering there. What is in the box?
We have some excellent...
Can I pull it? Oh, wow. Okay, now if you happen to be one of the people who purchased one of these boxes, you will see it's a palette of delights, right?
It is.
Oh, it is!
A palette.
It is a palette. You see that? It looks exactly like an artist's palette. Can you see that? That is so cool.
So we have the taste of the senses.
Okay, talk me through it. What are the things that we have?
We have different flavor profiles. So we're going to start out over here. We have our salty.
So that's what is it a salted fig?
It is a date and prosciutto.
Oh, wow.
Asiago cheese. We have sour with our Greek yogurt and cranberry bites. We have some sweet flavors here with rosemary meringues, and then one of my favorites, the bitter.
Oh, the bitter.
Bitter, yes. We have espresso, orange peel, and dark chocolate.
Oh, wow. That's incredible. And then we also have some liquor.
We do. And the orchid in this is also edible.
You can eat that?
Yes.
Can I dig?
Please do.
Oh.
So some Prosecco. And we have some freesia. You can smell the senses.
Oh, wow. So it is a whole big experience.
It's a complete experience.
What will they say after they've had this experience?
Well, hopefully they've been able to recognize all the different flavor profiles. They've had a bottle of wine. They're relaxed. They've enjoyed, and their senses are full.
Thank you, Katie, so much for doing this. We sure appreciate it. Enjoy. This is going to be lots of fun. So if you're at home unboxing your goodies, enjoy them while we talk. We've got a lot of great things to tell you about.
Could you smell them, Bruce?
Oh, it's good. Don't touch. Don't touch. It's for your birthday. It's later.
As we said, this whole event is about your senses and enjoying the arts in so many different ways, and in hopes that you will support our Art Center and make sure that all the wonderful programs and exhibitions and events are here for you and your families to enjoy. So the website you're watching us on, give.siouxcityartcenter.org. That's how you give. You can bid on the silent auction items.
If you want to text directly to give, it's SCA Art, a T.
Yes.
So it's SCART. It looks like SCART to me. And you text that to 56651. That's SCART at 56651.
give and give generously. And we mentioned those auction items. We'll talk about them a little bit more in just a little bit. But there's another wonderful, maybe not hands-on, but sensory experience that you can see here at the Art Center this week, and we just got to walk through it.
Oh, it's so cool. Can I talk about it?
Yes, oh yeah,
Okay,
please do.
it is like an experience where you're going to experience the whole day. You're going to smell the smells, see the sights. It changes on you in like 4 minutes. So you get the whole raft of a day in 4 minutes. It's unbelievable.
And it's all based on the piece, which is a permanent piece of the collection here at the Sioux City Art Center called Comet Shower.
And there are comets too.
There are comets. If you look up, you're just immersed in this artistic
You're like
experience.
that.
So you have to come check that out at the Art Center. I believe that's free, right? To come check out, Todd. So you'll get to walk through that and just experience art come to life.
What's the hands-on clay experience? Can you talk to me about that?
The hands-on clay experience. So this element of touch, right? Getting into the art and feeling it and experiencing it. And that's one of the
Okay, so we've had the
senses, right?
sight, we've had smells in that,
That's
right?
right.
Taste,
Sound.
touch, sound. Whoa, this is too much. This is too much. It's blowing my mind. Okay,
That's
what else do we
right.
need to know?
So we also have flowers on parade Tuesday
flowers on
and
parade.
Wednesday.
You know-
Yes.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I
So
need to see.
I would say flowers
It's one of
are
my
one
big
of
things
my,
on the auction
my
item.
favorites because that's sort of all the senses, right? You can smell it, you can see it. You know, if they let you touch it, then you can experience
If
that
you
as
touch
well.
it, you take it home.
There you
Right?
go.
Isn't that the way that goes?
And an evening like this, a week of events like this, would not be possible without the wonderful sponsors
Yeah.
that make that are celebrating what they love about the Art Center. And I know Todd is standing by to tell you more about who's supporting this great week of events.
That's right. Oops, sorry. Yeah, you know, they've talked about some of the initial events we have going on this week, and they're free. And we could not possibly do those free if, sorry, I'm switching cameras. We could not possibly do these without a number of great individuals, organizations, and businesses who have helped us out with their talents, their time, and their treasure. So a few to thank before we go forward. The Persinger Family Foundation, Siouxland Public Media, KWIT, KOJI, FM 90, Plan Architecture, the Huang family, Subsurfco, Dr. Gregory and Jeanette Naden, Western Iowa Tech Community College, Pierce Street Coffee Works, Nightingale Specialty Coffee, the Sugar Shack Bakery, and with special thanks to Rosie Cooney, Michael Rolina, Honeysuckle Hollow Florist, Sioux City Growth Organization, KES Productions, and the Art Center Association of Sioux City. It takes these folks and so many more to pull together something this massive, and we are so grateful to them that allows us to make these events free.
Can I talk about one more event, Bruce, that
Okay,
I
go
forgot
for
to
it.
mention
Go for
before?
it.
So I love coffee.
Oh,
I love
coffee.
a nice coffee. So Monday, which is just 2 days away, you can stop by the Art Center from 7:30 to 9 in the morning for a complimentary cup of coffee and a sweet treat. So what's better than a
That
cup
could
of
be good.
coffee? Well, a nice treat. So
You
that's
know,
on Monday.
We've got people that are out watching right now.
we
Can we
do.
go and
I
dip
think-
in and see some?
Lisa and Nathan, are you out there?
Hi, Bruce and Jenna. This is Lisa and Nathan Kalaher, and we're watching tonight with our boys.
Oliver and Logan.
Hi, guys.
Hope everybody's having a good time tonight. I hope you've had a chance to check out all the cool events that are happening with our great art center. Remember, it's a treasure to have, as you guys know. You know, everybody can experience all the senses. Make sure to check out that online auction. I'm not sharing what I'm betting on.
I'm not going to share what I'm going to bet on.
Who all's out there tonight? Give a wave, say hi. Hope everybody's having a great time tonight.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, Austin Foster coming at you from Elio Halle. It's my Tiki Lounge. I am super stoked to see everyone, even if it is just virtually. Big thanks to Bruce and Jenna for hosting tonight. And I also wanted to remind everyone, get out there, put some bids in. There's a lot of great stuff out there for auction, including a an in-person tasting with me. We're going to be tasting through some really delicious spirit. So please get out there, donate, give what you can, and I hope to see everyone participating in a bunch of the events this week. So register, donate, and enjoy. Back to you guys.
Hi, good evening from the Kellys. I hope everybody's having a great night. I know we are.
I've got my eye on the spirit tasting with Austin, so I hope you've got your item picked out and ready to bid.
You can also text to give.
We're gonna text SCART to 56651. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
How cute are they?
Wasn't it so good to
Watching
see you
at
guys?
home. Yes,
Thanks
good
for
to see
joining
you
us.
guys. Enjoy the sensory experience at home, and I really feel like, you know, the people at home, they maybe had a good dinner.
This is like, you know how you always snack a little at night?
Snack a little bit, and then settle in and get ready to bid on some fabulous auction items.
And we have unbelievable auction items. Can I talk about one of them?
Especially this one you're going to talk about first,
Oh,
which I know is
dun,
so up
dun,
your
dun,
alley.
dun, dun, dun. Now, you know how big Hamilton has been
So big.
forever. And they've been on a pause on Broadway, so they haven't been able to do the show for more than a year. But you can bid and win the experience of a lifetime.
What is this all about? Do you get to go backstage?
You get to go backstage, you have a meeting with the cast, you have dinner beforehand. It's like everything you could possibly want. And that's one of the items that are on our list. We also have a floral design class. Wouldn't you like to do freesia in your own home and do something and make it look good?
And you really need an expert to tell you how to do that.
Mercedes Eidner from Honeysuckle Hollow is our expert, and she knows how to do it. She has a class that we can take. I think we could do it and bring a couple more in.
So?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, we're
and then
gonna
it
bid.
doesn't just look like I dumped flowers inside a vase and it's kind of okay, right? And then third, one that's closer to home, Lamb Arts tickets. And Lamb is opening up now, and they're having in-person productions, and it's so fun to see those things again. I can't tell you how I missed live things. I missed live concerts, I missed live theater, and the first time I got back into the Orpheum Theater in Sioux City, I really actually kind of cried because I was missing this so much, and it was good to have it all back. Those are all items that are on our auction, so please go look at those, bid on them, bid often, bid up high, because you're helping us here at the Art Center, and you're also getting a great experience in the process.
You know what's so neat about that last auction item too is that those are local nonprofits helping each other.
Right.
Which we do so well as a community here, is band together and support each other, because when all of these organizations are strong in our community, then we are strong.
We all win.
That's right, we
And,
all win.
You know, so many times people talk about quality of life. Quality of life is what we're all about. And if you have a great quality of life, which I think we do in Siouxland, it makes
Absolutely.
people want to come here, want to be here, want to be part of our world. So get involved.
If you'd like to maybe not bid on an auction item, or in addition give, you can do that simply by taking out your cell phone. Maybe you're watching us on your mobile device now, and text to SCART 56651. Again,
Scart.
56651 to SCART, or SCART as Bruce says. We have a full week of events at the Art Center, as we mentioned before, and I think Todd, are you back? Todd,
Come on,
can
Todd,
you tell
you know
us
all
more
about this.
about these events that are going on all week long, and are they all free? Is that right? A lot of them
Just about
are.
all of them are free. Right. Yeah, so when we started thinking about how this event was going to take place, how we could make it happen, we actually started this back in the winter when things were a little more bleak. And so the idea was be accessible as possible, as safe as possible, and fortunately things are getting much safer. And so as we got through the idea of pure imagination and what that meant in terms of the senses, things started to take shape in terms of bringing together multiple events. And the more events we have, perhaps the safer it can be, because, you know, not everybody's going to come to every event.
Well, and Todd, you didn't shut down during this last year. You had many things for us that we could do online. You had ways for us to interact with the staff. It was a cool way of still keeping things going.
Absolutely right.
But you know how we missed the actual...
Right. And you know, you mentioned you mentioned how us nonprofits work together, and that's never been more true. When we were all kind of pulling our hair out, trying to figure out how we could continue to connect and serve the community, we started to partner with each other. We just finished up actually a partnership with Dorothy Pico in Stone State Park, where we had our curator go out there and talk about how you can use art to enhance your experience of a guided tour through the parks.
Beautiful.
It was a great experience. And one of my favorites of these actually was right about a year ago. We were still shut, our doors were shut, but we were working with Community Action Agency. Of course, they run the Head Start program. And thanks to funding from the Kind World Foundation, we found a way that we could continue to get art into the hands of our youngest children in the community.
Beautiful.
It was just a great experience for us, a great experience, I think, for the Community Action Agency. And I think Jean Logan is here, who can tell more about this experience from her point of view.
My name's Jean Logan. I'm the Executive Director at the Community Action Agency of Siouxland. From the time that my children were young girls, and we came to have them take classes, work on family art projects on the weekend. We have come for a number of different events, come to see specific shows that are at the gallery. We have so many great memories as a family. And now that my children are grown, I have the pleasure of being able to work at the Community Action Agency and introducing a whole new group of preschool-age children and their families to the Art Center. It's incredible. It really is so exciting to see young children get excited about art. I would like to talk about a specific project. We were able to obtain some grant funding, and it was absolutely wonderful. We had some money that we could select some books, and we also could select a craft activity, and members from the Art Center did videos. So the children stuck at home during the pandemic had something that they could watch, and they could make the craft, and they were so excited to be able to do art and to have a teacher show them the projects that they were going to be doing, and to link that to other materials that we would send out, such as the book, so they could read the book and do the craft. There just isn't any better way to embrace all the great things about learning for young minds than our partnership with the Art Center.
We talked about those wonderful community partnerships. What a shining example of that, Todd.
That's amazing.
Really neat.
You know, between the funding from Kind World, from Jean and her staff, who are so dedicated and so energetic, it's just an amazing place with all the different organizations we have in this town.
Thanks, Todd. Well, we have more auction items to talk about.
What do you like? What are your favorite things? Come on.
I have some favorites. So the only thing I like more than my kids are donuts.
Notice how she put
Okay,
that
you see
in.
where I'm
That
going
was
with
just
this?
pandering
That's
to her
not
children.
true. I love my kids, and we love art, but there's so many fun family activities that you could bid on.
So many fun family activities that involve donuts.
Yes,
right?
we have donuts, we have art, but I want to make sure I go back to, again, this community partnership we talked about. If you haven't been to Launchpad Children's Museum, you probably have and know it and love it. But one of the auction items is a family membership, a one-year family membership to another great museum in town, Launchpad Children's Museum.
And I've been there. I've done
You
all the
have.
things on there. I've even got stuck on the rope ladder thing. I couldn't get out.
Doesn't everybody?
Yeah.
A great place to be. They've taken, just like all of these local organizations, outstanding safety measures to make sure that families can take their kids out and still have fun and run off all that energy from being cooped up all year.
And if you were asking, we are socially distanced.
Yes,
We've
we
had
are. We're
our
vaccinated,
right.
which is a blessing.
So it's good.
here we
Okay,
are
what else did
together.
you like on the list?
So I mentioned how I love my children, art and donuts. Okay, here, this brings it all together. This auction item where you can have a party here at the Art Center for up to 12 kids. And Jitters
And what
Donuts is
and what
involved.
adult, right?
Okay, and what adult who gets all the donuts.
Right.
So a $75 gift card to Jitters Donuts. You could use it at a different event, or you could throw the
No
best
kids.
party of the
There
year.
aren't donuts this day. We're not having donuts. Those are for the adults, right?
And so an art experience for your kids, maybe it's a birthday party, maybe it's a family outing. So some of my favorite kid parties I've been to have been here at the Art Center because you get to take something home that's special and the kids are so proud of it. So that is one of my favorite auction items.
But then there's one that's kind of selfish, where it's just
a little
for you.
bit. Other
and
than
that
the
one
donuts,
is
the donuts are also selfish. There's a beautiful green amethyst pendant designed by Judith Ripka for Gunderson's Jewelers. It's just outstanding. When you see it on the website, it looks a little bluish, but it is a green amethyst. So in different lights, it's going to catch different, facets of that. Talk about the five senses, Bruce.
Oh, I know.
Right here in this beautiful pendant necklace. So, Chris, if you're listening out there watching, that would be a great Mother's
the Kentucky
Day
Derby
present.
is over, so he's not worried about that. But we want you to get to the website. The website is give.siouxcityartcenter.com.org. That's right. It's probably right here where you're watching because
us
it's an
now.
org, right?
Give.siouxcityartcenter.org, or you can text if you rather. That's a really easy way to give. Do you remember the number,
SCART,
Bruce?
S-C-A-R-T,
To
SCART.
56651.
And
You
in
can
there
give in
somewhere
any
is my
amount.
age.
We'll let you figure that out.
56651, right?
Yes,
I think it's
that
in there.
is right. Should we talk to Todd again? Todd has so many great
Todd,
things to tell
let
us.
me ask you, Todd, you became the executive director. You thought a good time, and then look what happened. Was that
And then
really
2020
trying for
happened.
you?
Yeah, a couple of months, and thought I would just kind of coast for a little bit on Al's accomplishments, and then maybe start tinkering with things a little bit as the time went on. But yeah.
Was it a good time for you to kind of get your sea legs as you were? And
In a way, I mean, it was a horrible time. In a way, it was a really good time. I think the staff kind of gelled together because we were behind locked doors. We got to clean up some things, but we also started to plan. And one of the things that we started planning was how best can we serve the community? And, up until this time of the last year, we've really been focusing on organizations. Because, tapping into individuals saying, hey, we're going to do a big reception or this, some other big program, not necessarily the wisest thing to do. So we kind of went out as much as possible. Now we're feeling a little more confident. And we're starting to reach out individually. And so that's why we've made as many of these programs as possible free. So you're still going to talk about a few more.
Yes.
But we want to make sure that it's spring. The weather's great. It's time for rebirth. It's time for us to reintroduce ourselves to the community. And what's great about all these events we have coming up in the next week is that we've got some at the Gilchrist Learning Center, some here at the Art Center, in the atrium, in the gallery, and we even have outdoor events. So if you haven't had a chance to come here in the last year, of course, or maybe even in a couple years, there's a lot.
Or ever. We have people who come and say they have never been to the Art Center, which I find just absurd. I think you need to be here, and it is for everybody. Come on.
Yeah.
It isn't just some kind of thing where you got to know certain names and things. No. You can look at a picture and you say, I like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right? It's that simple. But come to the Art Center. It's always free to get into the Art Center.
Always free.
And so that's kind of cool too. And then we have coming up later, can I just jump ahead? Even though we've got to talk about this week, it's back. Art Splash is back, and it's downtown this year. So that's what you have even more forward to look to. But what do we have this week?
So we talked about my favorite, the coffee morning on Monday.
That's Monday. Coffee morning Monday.
That's right. Now tomorrow, we talked about the clay experience a little bit at the beginning.
It's like,
right, you get to create your own masterpiece. That's in the Gilchrist Learning Center from 1 to 3 tomorrow. If you haven't been in the Gilchrist Learning Center, that's that beautiful building
the
as
new
you
white
drive
building
down. Yes, that's where that will be. So like Todd said, you'll really be able to explore the campus, some outdoor activities, some inside. And then on Tuesday and Wednesday, flowers on parade.
So we get to have
will be your favorite.
Flowers, yes.
During the regular museum's open hours. Now Thursday, we haven't talked about this event yet. As you're here, you'll be greeted by the sense of a sound and this beautiful harp music by Mary Watts. She's a wonderful local harpist, and if you've never heard her before, I promise you'll really enjoy her.
It's great. It's great.
And then on Friday, the Wine and Cheese Soiree, that's the outdoor event. This is a ticketed event, which I think you can find that on the website as well that you're on right now. If you'd like to join, I believe the weather will be just as beautiful as it has been all week.
And if it's not, we come on in.
It'll still be
right?
fun.
So we'll still have an event.
Yes. And as you mentioned, the Art Center, whenever you come, is always free to the public. We ask you to give generously to support this great organization as you can, but to come in and just experience this gem in our community that is always free.
It's so cool. You know, I've been around since dirt, and I can imagine when we used to be over on, what street was that? Was it Nebraska Street?
We've been on virtually every street in downtown.
It was like in a little storefront. And people had great dreams about one day having a building like this. And now we not only have a building like this, but we have an addition to a building like this. And it says that the arts are thriving in Siouxland, and that's something that we really want to see more of. And so now's your time to get involved. Now is your chance to come on down, see things, feel like you're back a part of it, and also enjoy all of the week of activities.
It really feels like coming home, doesn't it?
It is.
To be back inside some of these places that we love so much in our community. Come back home, experience it. You can do so safely, and then give to make sure that places like the Art Center are here for the next generations to experience art.
Now, the comet shower, you want to make sure you see that, because
That's
that's
right.
fun. It's 4 minutes is all it takes to go through the whole thing. You get to see various different things. You have all of those week of activity things that you've got to go to. And what else do I need to mention?
Well, I think we have, if we haven't sold you enough on the experience that you'll get at the Art Center and everything there is to have fun here, I think there's a little video we want to show.
Video.
That really, you know, we can talk about it all we want, but to see what the Art Center is and what it brings to our community is really to love it. So please watch along.
Hello, I'm Emily Galing, President of the Art Center Association of Sioux City. The Sioux City Art Center has been part of our community for more than 80 years, enriching our quality of life through exhibitions, classes, programs, and more. The Art Center is committed more than ever, not only to connect people to the arts, but to connect people through the arts.
Well, I think the Art Center, there's a couple things. One, just the exposure that it gives to people of different visual arts, and then particularly as it relates to youth, it stimulates their thinking about art.
Something I really like about the Art Center is how you get to see other people's art and how they use their creativity and their imagination to put together a different masterpiece.
I think that's one thing that maybe people don't fully realize is how fortunate we are to have an art center of this caliber in Sioux City. And if you have a passion for art, or even if you're just trying to learn about art, there is so much art here that is really good. And the ability that we have for children to have access to this. I have 4 grandchildren in town, and they come all the time. They love it, you know, and art starts young. And it's a case of making sure people realize that everything is okay in art. You know, I mean, you don't, as a child, you don't have to be in this little tiny box to be an artist.
I think there's a little bit of an artist in all of us, and because of the classes, the many things that you offer, people that go, I don't know anything about art, they come and take some of the basic classes, and they see that they can create, and the joy that it comes from creating. They're able to do that, and it sparks something in them. And I think there's something great about art in that they are unconstrained by utility.
My favorite thing about art is that you can use more imagination, and it's easier to express yourself and your feelings in different ways.
Personally, I support the Art Center because I enjoy it. My wife and I enjoy what it brings to the community because we can come here. But as a business person in the community, I think showing that this community has a myriad of different dimensions to it and opportunities for people, that's an important thing too. It makes a statement about the community, about that we're trying to help people be the best people that they can be and explore every opportunity that they have.
Now more than ever, the Art Center needs your support to continue its mission. Over the next week, we hope you and your families will be able to experience the senses in new ways through the free activities we have planned. If you are able to support these activities and the Art Center's larger goals for the next year, please consider giving in whatever ways are easiest for you. Bidding on auction items, buying tickets to our Friday evening event, using our text to give option, or donating through whatever form of payment you prefer. We truly cannot achieve our goals without your support and are grateful for all you have done in the past. Thank you.
Now be sure you look at all of our auction items. There are a lot of things there. We've got Mother's Day coming up. We have graduations coming up, Father's Day. Here's a way that you can get somebody a really cool experience, item, whatever, and it helps us. And that's a cool thing too, because it's a present that has a little more to it. Now, and I want to make sure you go to the wine and cheese party on Friday. It's not just like a couple of cubes of wine, a couple of cubes of wine there. You think I've had too many? A couple of cubes of, it's a huge party. This is a party. And you will have your own charcuterie box, not unlike the one we had. You will have music, you will have entertainment. You will be back. And you can get those tickets online right now. Right. If you go, while you're looking at those auction items, go ahead and put the tickets in. Next Friday night's going to be fun. It's going to be lit right here.
There you go.
Right?
That's what we're talking about. All week long you can bid on those auction items. So bid and then check back and bid again and make sure you take home the auction item that you really want for you or that special person in your life or your family. Bidding will close then during the wine and cheese soiree at 6:30 on Friday. So don't forget to go back and check those bids, Todd. And as Bruce said, just remember all the money goes to support this wonderful art center that's in our community, and just what a precious piece of our downtown.
We've got to get back out and text.
Yes.
To
text 56651.
56651.
56651 SC Art. You can give in any amount in addition to bidding on the auction items. Text early and often.
That's
right?
why we are able to have free things, because there's so many generous people in Siouxland that make this possible. I have always said that Siouxland is the most giving place in the country, and it is true. And that's why we are able to enjoy things. I know I wouldn't see art like this if I lived in another community. I wouldn't be able to experience the kinds of things that we get here. And it's because of all you people who have been helping over the years make this a place for all of us. It's very inclusive.
Todd, thank you for all you do for the community. What are you excited about as the week starts?
Oh my gosh, I'm just excited. You know, a lot of this is unknown. We don't know how many people are going to come out for this or that event. We're hoping we see a lot of people. But just to be able to have something like this happen is so exciting. We've been waiting a year for this.
It's a good time to tiptoe back into re-engaging in our community, and not just re-engaging, but giving from your heart, so we can make sure that all these wonderful organizations like the Sioux City Art Center are here for a long, long time.
Look at me and you'll see it's a world of pure imagination.
Thank you for joining us this evening. Stay online and bid, and come visit your Sioux City Art Center. Good night.